So Super Bowl Part 2 just dropped in Madden 24, and in this video, I'm going to show you the quickest way possible to scoop up a 95 overall champion for free. Now, Soul family, and welcome back to another Madden 24 video. Hope you watching this one are having a wonderful start to your day, and without further ado, let's get it started, boys. Now, of course, if you did not already know, the way we are going to be scooping up this free 95 is going on over to our field pass, going on over to Super Bowl, and scrolling all the way on over to the right, because at level number 20, there's a 95 overall B&D Super Bowl champion fantasy pack. Now, you're probably wondering, Swift, how do I get to level number 20? What missions do I need to do? Well, in this video, I'm going to be showcasing the exact missions and the exact steps you need to follow to get to level number 20 while spending the least amount of coins and doing so in the most efficient way possible. Now, the first thing we got to look at is we got to look at how much XP is necessary to get to level number 20, because we're kind of going to be basing the missions and objectives off of that number. Now, first things first, we're going to see that getting to level number 20 requires 31,000 total XP. And after running the numbers and taking a look at how much XP is available in these field passes, there's actually more than enough XP, so you don't need to do every single mission. Let's talk about it. Now, after looking at the numbers, as you guys can see, you got to get to 31k XP to get to level number 20, but there is actually 34,000 available XP in this field pass, meaning we can go through and not play some of these missions. We don't need to play the hardest ones because we have 3,000 XP of wiggle room. Now, before we talk about which missions you got to do right now, as well as the steps you're going to follow to complete them and do so really quickly, like it's honestly not difficult, I want to give a shout out to Underdog Fantasy. Now, by the time you guys are watching this video, your boys in Vegas, I wish I could say it's because I'm going to the game on Sunday, but no, Underdog did bring us out here for a good little week of pre-Super Bowl festivities, let's call it. And if you don't know what Underdog Fantasy is, they're a place where you can make higher or lower player picks on NFL games. Here are some of the picks I've made on NFL games. Of course, met all these players and asked them if they're going higher or lower, so we know whether these are true or not. I'm just messing around for legal reasons. That is a joke. Now, if you want to make some picks on the game like the ones you see on the screen, there are so many specials you're not going to want to miss out on. If you sign up today using my promo code, which is code SWIFT, you're going to get Patrick Mahomes' line set to 0.5 yards. If he gets 1 yard in the game or more, you win. There's also discounted lines that Underdog does every single day on the screen right here. I'll pop up what some of the discounts have been. They do these literally every day. So if you don't want to miss out on specials, you don't want to miss out on discounted lines, I'm going to leave Underdog linked in the description. Click that link to download the app. Once you've done so, put in the promo code SWIFT. That gets you so many awesome specials. And let's get back to the video, but don't miss out, boys. All right, now first things first, which missions do we want to do? I would say these set missions are where you're going to start because they're kind of going to tie in with some of the other objectives in the future. So the two new missions they put in the game are complete 3 Super Bowl present player sets, as well as complete a Super Bowl present hero or champion. Now, simply enough, all we're going to do is we're going to go on over to our sets. We're going to filter it down by the program Super Bowl present right here, and these are the exact 2 sets we're going to do. We're basically just going to do the hero set as well as the lower overall 86 because we do need these 86s for our team. Now, starting it off, we're going to do the hero 92 overall player set. To complete this, I'm putting 89 overall cards in. I bought these cards at about 20k at a maximum. You can probably find them for significantly less, but I found them for 20k on average. 5 times 20, we run the numbers on that. That means we're spending 100,000 coins to complete the set, and these 92s are selling for about 100k. They might be a hair under 100, but regardless, you're basically making your coins back, not losing on a much. So yeah, for this Jake Brendel, for example, we're going to sell this player off right here, and we are going to be making back 112k. Okay, that's perfect. So we actually make back a little bit of profit, maybe a couple thousand coins after tax. We'll take it, but of course, the reason why we're doing this is to get the mission completed. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we are also going to complete the 86 overall player set, and we are going to do that 2 times exactly. So do the hero set, get that done once, and then do the 86 overall player set and do this one exactly 2 times. I'm going to complete this 2 times, and boys, you actually need to open this pack up because we do need these 86s for our team. So pick players you can use as a backup. I'm not going to pick a cornerback because I do use like all the corners on my team, but I can go through here and pick like a wide receiver and slot this guy in at a wide receiver 5 spot. So yeah, we're going to do this set right here 2 times. You're buying 84 overalls. You're getting them at about like 3 to 4k, so you're spending about 12k on the set. You are, I guess, technically losing a little bit of coins when you're doing that, but you're actually making some coins with the other thing I showed you, so you should be about net even, and you'll have your missions completed. Now, next up, once we got these 86 overall players, we got to toss these boys in the lineup. We're just not going to leave them as bench warmers, and there's a reason why we're doing that. So as a backup wide receiver, I'm putting in that 86 overall. As a backup right end, I'm putting in the other 86 overall, and I'll show you guys why. To buy Madden 24 coins for the cheapest price on the internet, check out MMOEXP by clicking the link in the description and use promo code SWIFT at checkout for 5% off. Now, the reason why we're doing that is because for 2 of these objectives right here, 2 of the new objectives EA put in the game, you need 60 first downs with 2 Super Bowl pass players in our lineup. So we already got those players in our lineup. If you guys have watched my videos from before, you should have some pass cards in your lineup. If you don't, be sure you put a couple of them in. But there's this new mission in the game that does require Super Bowl present players. So we got to go through, complete the sets, get the 86s so we get that mission done, and then put the cards in our lineup so we can start to progress on this mission. Now, of course, not only do we got to pick up stats, we also got to play through through our solo challenges, you're going to go to the Super Bowl present moment challenges, and that is step number 3 for the video. Number 1, you do the exact sets I mentioned. Number 2, get those cards in your lineup. And number 3, we are playing through Super Bowl present. Now, I will say, if you played these solos like myself, they're kind of annoying, because once you play through this Marquez Valdez-Scantling solo, for example, it doesn't let you just go next challenge immediately. It's like OG Madden. It takes you to like the screen you'll see after you complete a full head-to-head game, so you got to quit all the way back out and then go all the way back in. It's a little bit annoying, but there's not too many solos in here, so you can get through these relatively quickly. While you're grinding your solos, of course, you're getting progress on the solo challenge XP objective, but you're also going to be getting progress on the stats missions I showed you before. So go through, get these solo challenges done. That is the next thing you're going to want to complete. I'll just quickly show you guys what I mean by how the solos don't really allow you to finish them off as quickly as I'd like to, and then we'll talk about a couple other things you're going to follow, a couple other strategies you're going to follow to complete some of those straggler stats missions, as well as talk about the mission you don't need to do, because there's a couple missions in here you don't need to follow. But as you guys will see, once we beat this solo, this is exactly what I meant. We got a quick finish game and then load into the next solo that way. Kind of annoying, gonna take a little bit longer to do the solos because of that, but they're still worth playing in my opinion. All right, now once you guys have gone through and completed the solo challenges, we're flying. We're making progress on our stats as well. We're in a very good situation. At this point, let's talk about the only couple of missions that are going to be left. There's not really much. Now, as you guys will see in the field pass, we'll have our challenges and our sets done. That means these stats missions are all that is left, and the 2 missions we're actually going to avoid are the winning head-to-head seasons and solo battles games. Like I talked about before, there's 3,000 additional XP that you don't need in this field pass, and conveniently enough, these 2 missions right here add up to 3,000 total XP, so we don't even need to worry about those missions. The only things you really got to grind for in this game, once you completed the easiest steps I showed you in this video, are these top 3 missions right here: getting 60 first downs with 2 Super Bowl pass players in your lineup, getting the yards, and getting the INTs. Let's talk about how we can grind for these, because honestly, it's probably worth it. Like, these 3 missions aren't that difficult, and for just grinding through 3 of them, it's not that difficult. You get the full free 95 overall pack for free. Now, really simply, there's only 2 solo challenges I'm going to show you. There's only 2 tactics I want to show you guys to get these missions done in the quickest way possible. Number 1, for the offensive stuff, for the yards, as well as the first downs, we're going to go to the opening day, aka cruise solos, and we're going to play through the Joshua Dobbs solo. We're going to play this second solo, and all I'm going to get you guys to do is throw a streak route and go out of bounds at like the 5-yard line. That's going to allow you to pick up a nice bit of yards, and it's going to get you a first down. Now, once you guys have gone through and completed the passing yards section of the missions, because that's going to happen first, it's going to be a lot easier to get the passing yards done than the first down. Once you've done that, then you'll basically just nickel and dime the CPU down the field. You will go through, pick up like 4 first downs, and then the solo challenge will end, and you can complete that over and over again. See, we're going to run out of bounds at the 3-yard line, so we pick up the first down, we get a nice bit of yardage, we will replay that over and over again. We have the correct players in our lineup, so we will be getting progress on this mission. Now, for the INTs, I'm not going to beat around the bush right here, boys. The INTs are a little bit more difficult to grind for. It's not like past years. Past years, there was a really easy method you could follow that would almost guarantee you can go through and get an INT on every single play. Yeah, that's not the case anymore, but there is a solo I don't mind, and I have been having a little bit of success with it. Let's talk about it. We're going to actually go to the playoff solo challenges right here, boys. So we're backing out again. We're going to a specific solo in the Road to Victory tab, and we're going to be playing through Road to the Playoffs AFC, and I want you guys to go to the Texans, boys. We're playing this on 1-star difficulty. Now, once we load into this, there is one play I can call that is going to guarantee I know the CPU's play. So that is going to help me with hopefully getting INTs, but it's not the easiest thing in the world, and there is a little bit of technique required. So we're going to formation, go to special teams, flick the left stick twice, go to straight rush or squeeze block. You can pick either of those out of punt block 4-4 even. Now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to click square, and I'm going to wait until I see the CPU audibles. The CPU will audible, as you guys can see, they audibled right there, and I know for a fact they just audibled into 4 verticals. Now, all I got to do is I got to click on and try and get the INT. We are very, very close right there. This is probably putting you in the best scenario possible, because you know every single time the CPU is going to call verticals, so it kind of just comes down to whether or not your guy's going to make the catch. Again, call squeeze block, click square. Don't switch into 8-up safe man yet. Let the CPU audible. Once they audible, you know they're switching into verticals, because they'll do that every single play, and then all you got to do is try and click on and get the INT. I'm not going to lie, I'm holding my mic in one hand, so I can really only play with one hand, which does make it a little bit more difficult to try out this method, but that's basically what you're going to do to grind for INTs. If you don't want to grind for INTs, you want to let it happen naturally, I don't blame you, but I also don't mind using this method just because the 95 overall player is so good and worth grinding for, in my opinion. That's gonna do it for me. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to leave a like down below. Check out Underdog Fantasy. Use code SWIFT, much better than any of the other codes you can possibly use. And until next time, boys, I'm out. Have a wonderful day. Zerk's giving me the look. Peace.